Hey guys, we're here for our Legacy Cube Draft. We are on the play with our Grey Merchant of Asphodel deck, which has no Grey Merchant of Asphodel. That's just kind of what we drafted. I like this open in hand. It has Damnation kind of as a backup plan. Also has Phyrexian Arena and Vampire Nighthawk to lifelink back some of the damage from the arena. So it seems like a turn 3 Arena, turn 4 Damnation if we need to, if not Vampire Nighthawk. Depends on how aggressive the opponent is, of course. But we are going to keep, and we are going to run out a swamp. Alright. Ooh, they got a turn 1 play. What's it going to be? Greater Gargadon. Okay. That's a good one. Not one we can't beat, though. Ooh, that was a very good draw. Something to do on turn 2, plus replaces itself. Alright, and I don't mind drawing that off the Strix, rather than drawing it for the turn. So I guess Gargadon's just a fine card by itself, but if you play it alongside cards like Armageddon or Ravages of War, it becomes pretty insane. So I'm probably going to try and hold this Damnation for when he actually gets it on the field, which isn't going to be for a while, so I don't know actually how well that's going to work. Sorry, I plugged my iPod into charge. Let's go ahead and get a damage in. And probably Arena to start getting value off of that. Because how do you beat 2 cards a turn? Well, you make us kill ourselves, which will likely happen. But when you're not behind, Phyrexian Arena is a fine card. Is this going to be a burn spell? Alright, so he's jetting. I guess he was holding up Magma Jet in case we played something that died to it. So Vampire Nighthawk would have been just as fine there. Opponent is Scryan. I'm glad that Jet's not going to the face, because burn seems a lot worse for me when I'm also burning myself. Let's keep track of how many counters this thing has. 8 more counters. Blue in your deck as well, so not sure what. All I know is your main red with a Nissa. We're just going to go find you a forest. And is it going to get a fancy forest? Nope, just a regular old forest. Alright. Always yield, so let's draw 2 cards. Alright, not bad ones at all. Here we're going to play Vampire Nighthawk and hold up this Dismember, which does not seem amazing. I would love for this Nighthawk to live, so it can start lifelinking some damage to offset what we're taking. Opponent with 5 in hand. You can see like a Mana War or something like that. Chasm Skulker. Alright, not too worried about that card. And Frenzied Goblin. Alright, this is fine. Opponent seems to just be a collection of teamer cards. They're not the scariest in the world. So I will attack. And I should dismember Chasm Skulker before it gets out of hand. The reason being, once it starts getting counters, it just gets kind of annoying. There's Birthing Pod, which can go grab Phyrexian Obliterator. Don't love it. I wish I'd drawn a land there, honestly. Let's see, I could dismember 2 life. We are going to attack this turn. I kind of want to play Night Veil Spectre though. I feel like I should get this off the field because it kind of messes with my damnation plan if he's just leaving creatures behind. He might just use it to power this guy out though. So I think I can deal with one lifelinker for now. I'm going to cast Night Veil because it can give me another chance to hit lands. It also blocks this. Well, I guess it doesn't because Frenzied Goblin. Maybe I should have Damnation that turn. Hellrider. Whenever a creature you control attacks, Hellrider deals 1 damage to defending player. Alright, so this is getting pretty, I'm going to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Down to 8, looks like. So next turn I'll probably attack. I could have dismembered there, but I'd be losing 4 life. Alright, so you are definitely getting Damnation next turn. Which looks bad for the Gargadon, but I do have Dragonlord Silumgar to take that. Alright, so my Night Veil Spectre cannot attack. So I believe I take 12 this turn. And then on the following turn I go down to 11, but back up to 13. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I miscounted by a lot. I miscounted the extra 4 triggers, so I go down to 7 actually. And Phyrexian, I've hit no lands off of these double draws, which is crazy. We are going to do that thing we do though. Hopefully I hit a land off the Spectre. Lotus Cobra, something we cannot cast. Yep, feels not great. I do have Doomblade for Gargadon now. He has 1 little guy left. Which is not great, because I'm going to start taking a damage off that, plus damage off the... Oh, right, he can sack these things to this, can't he? So am I just dead to that? If he sacks some lands, I might just be dead. Well, I misplayed very poorly. I didn't think about that. Gargadon's a pretty good card, especially against board sweepers. Oh, he is going to do it. Oh, he did not. Okay. So I'm not dead yet. If he had sacked... You can sack lands to Gargadon, right? Yeah, if he had sacked some lands, I'd be dead. Because Gargadon gets haste with Suspend. That's pretty good. Alright, so no matter what I do, I have to leave. This is actually terrible because I can't play either of these 6 drops. Bloodghast can't block. And I need to hold up Doomblade Manta. Or Doomblade. Doomblade Mana. Not Manta. Wow, this looks terrible. If I just do nothing, I'm taking 4. I wish I could play something to block Gargadon so that I could steal it with Dragonlord Silumgar, but I'm going to have to Doomblade. And I don't think I can feasibly win. If I could get Grave Titan down this turn, I think I'd be fine, but I don't see that happening. So I might just go Dismember something and Doomblade something. That's if, of course, he sacks something to the Gargadon. I'll discard Birthing Pod. Seems bad. Dismember Squid. Alright, the plan right now, and I'm going down to 4-3. Wow. Alright, so he gets to play Gargadon, so now I'm going to Dragon Lord Silumgar. Still go down to 3 after my arena. Alright, and if my opponent has counter magic, I'm just super dead. Oh, there are the lands now. Thank you, game. Could also play Grave Titan, which makes my next turn very good. So which is better? Grave Titan gives me 3 blockers. 1 to chump Gargadon. 2 to chump here. Or 2 to take on these goblins. I go down to 2 if he attacks all in. I feel like I'm still gonna just die. 9, 10, 11, 12. So he can afford to even attack all in here. Because I don't kill him on the crackback. He doesn't know that, though. He does not know that. Oh, so I'm dead. Okay. Well, that's annoying. See if he attacks with everything. Oh, I'm dead to my arena anyway, so... Alright, we'll go to game 2 here. I feel like if I had hit my lands, that would have turned out a lot differently. I could have gotten Grave Titan down a lot earlier. What do I want? Duress is probably just very medium against him. Spellskite seems fine because he does have Burn. Teferi takes care of Gargadon, as he can't cast it off of Suspend. Though I guess he can, if he could cast it at Sorcery Speed. Shadow Mage, Infiltrator, and Psychotog are meh. What do I want to take out? This guy. I don't want a 7-drop in this matchup. My opponent is reasonably aggro. And Vampire Hex Mage to get rid of... oh, it can't actually target Gargadon. Alright, I think I'm just going to make that one change there and hope to run a little bit better this time. My opening hand was great, and I did draw the Strix, but after that Damnation, it just didn't work out for me. Here I've got kind of the same situation. No blue mana, but no blue cards. Toxic Deluge is pretty good. I'm going to keep this definitely. And look to maybe just dismember the first thing he plays. Hoping for no suspended Gargadon, but it looks like, yep, he's got it again anyway. Which is tedious. Alright, that's a fine draw. So I can dismember for 2 here. My opponent could have won a lot earlier in that last game if he had sacked lands to bring his Gargadon online, because Gargadon gets haste when the suspended creature is cast. And he could have attacked me for 9 that turn. Alright, guess I'm not dismembering that. That's pretty good. I feel like I should probably get down the Nighthawk first this time, because I still have plays to make before the arena. And I would like to start attacking and gaining life while I have, I guess, a little bit of an advantage. Gargadon's at 8. I mean, Toxic Deluge can take care of it, but that's a lot of life. Alright, do you shock? He does not, so no Hell Rider this turn. Domri Raid. I believe if it's a creature you get to put in your hand. Oh, okay, Purphoros does go to his hand. Could attack Domri Raid. Probably want to play my arena here since I don't have any lands anymore. Domri Raid goes up to 5. Liliana is also another lifelinker that can start making him discard cards. Not killing Domri Raid anytime soon. I will attack it though, because it is just a source of card advantage for my opponent. He might just play... Purphoros is actually really good for him with cards like Hordeling Outburst. And there's a chance he just plays Purphoros this turn because of the long-term advantage of doing it. Yep. So any creatures he played dome me now, which is super annoying. Alright, draw 2. Give me a black. Or a swamp, whatever you call them. Guiltleaf Winnower has no targets right now. Yeah, this Obliterator's coming down, definitely. Nighthawk is going to hit Domri Raid again. And I probably get hit by some Purphoros damage this turn. Gargadon at 7 will be 6 on his turn. Gray Merchant would be like ridiculous here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I gain 10, you lose 10. Like, absolutely ridiculous. Alright, Domri goes up. Mana Confluence, I'm fine seeing, since he has access to all of his colors anyway. Although it probably means he doesn't have another land in his hand, because you would probably just play that land before the Mana Confluence. Remind me what this does. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a creature with power 2 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand. Alright, so going off with the Purphoros, I guess. What do you find? 1, 2, 3. Devotion needs to be 5 for Purphoros to start attacking. Purphoros does have that pump ability as well, which is something we don't want to forget about. Siege Gang Commander, that's annoying. Seems like Purphoros is kind of his build-around card. Siege Gang, Portaling Outburst. Reclamation Sage hits my arena. Alright. I go down to 19 here. I do get to kill Domri Raid. I do get to attack him for 5. And he either takes 5 or he blocks and sacrifices a permanent. Minimum 1 permanent. Probably just blocks with the Imperial Recruiter though. I'm not drawing 2 cards per turn anymore either. Toxic Deluge for 3 would be okay. He revealed... Oh, you just look at it, you reveal it. Okay, so it wasn't a creature. Alright, Baleful Strix is fine. I feel like I want to hold Toxic Deluge. How close is this? I also don't want to leave myself vulnerable to just getting killed by that. The Menace on this is relevant as well. So I'm leaning towards Guiltleaf Winnower, hit your Reclamation Sage. Kill Domri Raid is definitely dying this turn. Attack with Phyrexian Obliterator. Let's start off with attacks first. This puts me back up to 21. And even though I lost my extra card per turn, I'm no longer losing extra life on top of Purphoros. Alright, let's see if he blocks at all. He might not. Alright, he chooses not to block at all, which seems strange, so part of me wants to save Guiltleaf Winnower for that, so I guess Baleful Strix and Liliana? Could hold up Doomblight as well. Alright, let's see what you got. Opponent up to 4 cards in hand. One of which is a Temple, so 3 cards in hand. It's probably what he saw off Domri Raid. This thing is at 5 time counters. Purphoros is 3 devotion away from being a creature. He does have Siege Gang, which cost 5 to play. Would hit me for 6 off Purphoros. This attack seems odd. I'm not too worried. Oh, he can pump, that's why. He can pump twice. So I'm going to flip my Liliana here. I guess I could still trade these. But no, I'll just flip Liliana and worst case scenario, probably take 3. If not, just take 1. I do like the lifelinkers, but I get a 2/2 this way, and I can start making them discard. I could also get back Baleful Strix and draw another card. So I have options. I feel like Siege Gang Commander is coming down. Alright, this is 2-2, so I'm probably going to Toxic Deluge. Oh, this makes 3 guys, so I actually take 8. Which is crazy. All of your triggers are fine. Does he have the mana to fling one of these? He does not. He already played Temple for turn. Alright, I like how this is working out. Oh, okay, so he directed some damage at Liliana instead. So I'm at a pretty nice life total here. Alright, so here's the plan. Attack with Vampire Nighthawk. He could block, but then he sacks 5 permanents. I don't think you want to do that. I don't want to leave myself super vulnerable to that thing, so maybe he just casts it and I've Guiltleaf Winnower it. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, is forcing him into putting that on the field so that I can Doomblade it or just Guiltleaf Winnower it. So play a land. This is dying to Deluge. I'm probably going to Deluge for 2. If I do that now, I can get in for 3, but I kind of want the lifelink off my Vampire Nighthawk as well. What if he throws all of Siege Gang Commander in front of Obliterator? I guess he just blocks and sacks things to Greater Gargadon. He has a 1 mana spell. 2 damage to something? No? Is he just going to take it all? Because that would be fantastic. Alright, you are going to get punished for that, sir. 1, 2, 3. I want to Deluge for 2 so that I keep my Nighthawk and kill everything else of his. Deluge for 2 gives everything -2, -2. And then I Doomblade his Gargadon. And then I also have Dismember up to take care of something. I wasn't expecting him to just not block at all because I could have lost the zombie there. He could have even chumped this. He's probably going for a lethal kill. So, yeah, you get all the Gargadon you want. Three time counters. 2. Alright, and are you going to cast it so I can kill it while you're tapped out? There we go. So I feel pretty good about this game now. I mean, the Deluge didn't actually technically do anything except shrink my guys and kill a zombie, but it forced him to... I mean, that's what it did, because he probably wouldn't have done that otherwise. Not with Siege Gang Commander to deal as much damage as it can. It would have been perfect if I could play Guiltleaf Winnower there too. But I feel pretty fine about this with Dismember and Guiltleaf Winnower. He has to chump with Caryatid on the Obliterator. Hordeling Outburst would save him. It actually wouldn't even save him because I'm still 2 turn clocking him with Vampire. Alright, we can go to side 3. Opponent's deck is pretty sweet. Teferi still looks good. Duress still doesn't seem great. Wish I had a way to... I'm thinking about Vampire Hexmage. It blocks tokens, it takes out Dominated immediately. It's also a 2-drop in a deck that's missing good drops of the 2 persuasion. Birthing Pod is probably not great against his deck because we're almost constantly paying life. So I'm going to lose Birthing Pod, lose the Llanowar Waste, add another, I guess another swamp. Do we even need another land? I mean, just be an err on the cautious side of safety, we'll go and do it. Alright, let's run it back. Yeah, I'm going to take Birthing Pod out because unless I have Llanowar Waste, which I still have to pay mana for, so maybe that Llanowar Waste just doesn't make sense. Alright, we have the Hexmage, we have Nighthawk, we have Spellskite, and we have Messenger, which seems pretty good. The Nighthawk did well for me last game, the lifelink being very relevant. No turn 1 Gargadon this time, though. No turn 1 Gargadon. Purphoros accounts for a lot of damage over the course of a game. Alright. See if we need to go with Hexmage or Spellskite. Alright, that makes the Hexmage look a little bit better. The first strike on it deals with tokens pretty well. Unless it just dies here, then I'm taking damage anyway, but... Alright, so... Oh, well he can fight me off, that's annoying. So... I can kill Domri Raid in response. And then he basically played 3 mana to remove my Vampire anyway, which is okay. Alternatively, I can just let that happen. Next turn he pluses and I kill it with Vampire Nighthawk. And I'm only taking 1 this turn. I think I just like dealing with Domri Raid now. And taking 2. Alright, Dismember's fine. That could incentivize me to go Spellskite, hold up Dismember, but I think I want to get either Liliana or Nighthawk down, and I think the better of those is the Nighthawk. They both block with lifelink. But this one gets through a lot easier. It would have been cool if he plussed with Domri Raid and wasn't ignoring, because then I could play Liliana, sack the healer, flip Liliana, and kill Domri Raid. But the fight line was decent. I guess 3 mana to kill my 2/1 is... First strike is okay, since it's just kind of in the way of your field. Let's see if he attacks here. He does not. Good news for me. Land there is fine as well. I could play Geralt's Messenger and get it down. I think I want to go Liliana, attack with Nighthawk, and then on the following turn I'll go Spellskite and Messenger. This way I get to hold up Dismember as well. And if Nighthawk dies, I get to flip Liliana. And this puts me back at 20. Swaps our life totals. Alright, let's see what happens. Siegegang Commander would be pretty good, especially since he's got extra goblins. Opponent at 4 in hand. Just passes the turn, though. Alright, ooh, big Grave Titan. I'm going to attack with both first. Opponent not interested in losing those guys. So this kind of keeps my Dismember down, but it puts him at 12. Gives me another decent attacker that pings him if he dies. I like having access to Spellskite here too. Then if I draw land, I have Grave Titan, which just seems like game against his deck. And if I don't draw land, I hold up Dismember. Oh, well that's annoying. Kills Spellskite. Also means he's probably not doing much else this turn. You have permission to destroy my Spellskite. Toxic Deluge would be fine here. I could do it for 1. Oh. Right, Spellskite die and flips Liliana. I forgot about that. Did he just Firebolt me? No, he Firebolted Liliana. So I have to discard if I want to upper, which I do. Which makes me things a little bit weird. If you attack with the goblins, I'm definitely... Oh, okay, she's going to kill Liliana. Now that makes my decision a little easier. It also clears another creature off the field. He incidentally got rid of my 2/3 lifelinker by doing this. I mean, instead I have a 2/2 instead of a 2/3 lifelinker, which is bleh. But now I don't have to make that decision. I can just slam Grave Titan. Probably blocks the zombie here. Take 5. If he blocks Gerald's Messenger, it's just kind of messing him up. Again, Grey Merchants for days. His fetch is gonna be a little awkward too. He's taken 4 down to 8. Fetch has him at 7. Gerald's Messenger has him at 5. So he's at 6 right now. And Grave Titan coming down to threaten to win this game. Aside from some insane board wipe, I feel pretty safe about this. See, if I had a Purphoros on my side of the field, it would have just won by playing Grave Titan. But we can't all have Purphoroses and suddenly have a zombie army. So, okay, we won there against our opponent's kind of tokeny Purphoros deck, Greater Gargadon deck. Yeah, I guess you could call it a token deck. Chasm Skulker, Krenko's Command, Hordeling Outburst, Siege Gang Commander. It's pretty good. I like it. It's not something I've seen very often, but it was interesting. Our deck drew well enough to beat it, and I like that, so